Right, I'll get on the way.
God, we just had Hamish there saying you need to try and kind of almost keep a cap on the emotion on an occasion like this. How difficult is it in a match that is so emotive to try and keep the level head and try and just look at it, dispassionately?
I think it showed you the last time we played them down there. I think we let our emotions get to us a bit too much. So obviously that resulted in them kind of beating us by quite a hefty amount. So yeah, I think it's a huge thing for us. Just need to keep level-minded and keep our head strong and get into the game and positive.
Speaking to Richard Cockrell a couple of weeks ago about it, and he said that maybe the rivalry isn't quite as intense for the English players as it is for the Scottish players. Has that maybe been an advantage that they've had in this fixture?
Yeah, they're definitely into this game being the big dogs, as you would say. And so be it. They've beaten some good teams. They're a really good team, good backs, and obviously been winning games week in week out with England, and then with the clubs they've got a huge pool of players to play down there, so they've got a huge pool to pick some great talent from. So yeah, I think they'll definitely be favourites going into this game.
There's been so much focus, Gordy, on the front row in recent times with Scotland and injury crisis and all the rest of it, but it's held up pretty well over the course. Do you feel now the guys are getting England probably the biggest challenge in that area? The guys are getting confidence again?
Aye, for being in the crisis, it's been great. It's just something you say, and as a player you don't really try to let it play on you too much. You just go into every game feeling good, but yeah, this is a huge game for us. Dan Cole and obviously Bob Venipola and all these kind of boys, they're good scrummagers, British Lions, so they've got a really good pack. So yeah, I 100% think they're going to try and attack us in the front row of the scrum. So it's going to be a huge battle. So yeah, always excited for the big games.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but Eddie Jones has invited David Moyes into the England camp today. Is that just a classic Eddie Jones move, trying to get inside Scottish heads?
No disrespect, I don't really read the papers. It's just what he does, and that's it. So yeah, he's a really good coach, and you can see that by the moves they've done and all the way they're doing well in their games and all that. So yeah, he's a good coach. So yeah, he can bring whoever he wants in. So yeah.
Obviously it's England, it's a standalone game, it's huge, but in the context of the Championship, if Scotland want to achieve anything, it's huge in that context as well. If you lose on Saturday, you're pretty much playing for pride. If you win, you're right in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, we started off obviously the Wales, as you all know, you've all written, we didn't do that well. We've done a bit better against France. This is a great opportunity to show what we can do, and as I said before, England's they're a great team, and we want to play at the highest standard, and I would say this is no other game than England that will do that.
What's Gregor's approach to build up that game like this? Is he try to get you all fired up, or is it about trying to remain level headed?
Calm, just stay calm and don't play the occasion play you, all that kind of stuff. But no, he believes in us. He believes in us as a team, which is great. He just says go and express yourself, go and play your game. We know the kind of rugby England play and the threats I've got in the team and the threats and the moves I've got. So yeah, it's just about getting out there and trying to do our best.
Is the thing that perhaps gives you encouragement is that the team probably hasn't quite hit its peak yet? I mean, there's still more to come out of this Scotland side.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I think against Wales, I think everybody hyped us up. Oh, Scotland are going to win. Scotland are going to win, and I think we obviously believed that. We believed that we could just go and win, and we just need to kind of show up. We don't need to show up, we just need to come to the game. And then the French game, we knew we needed to put it right, and again we had a lot of stuff that we needed to work on. There's a lot of positives, but a lot of stuff we need to work on, and Gregor as a coach, he identifies that, and he wants us to push forward and be the best we can be as a player and as a person too. So yeah, it's I think there's a lot more to come, and hopefully that will come out against England.
Okay, I'll just move on down for the corner. Yeah, I've got mine, so
Andy,
See what you meant about
step
Steele,
up.
mate.
Yeah, see, I'm more just for you.
Shut up.
Okay, we'll do a usual split. We'll start with broadcast audience. If we can just try and keep it a bit tighter from the first part of the presser, please. Yesterday's was quite weighted in favour of the first section, which meant there wasn't actually a great deal to embargo for the 10 p.m. So, as far as the broadcast split goes, to the guys with cameras, this isn't really a one-to-one section for each of you as much as an all-in for your broadcast area. So, just as I said, try and keep the time up, try and help with that. If you can, just try and manage it yourselves.
Hamish, what's the feeling like on the start of Cup week?
Yeah, it's always got. Well, I was involved last year, but no, it's always got a slightly different buzz around it. You know, the players who have been involved in the squad for a long time, there's definitely an edge about this week.
10 years since a victory over England, is it something that the guys are aware of and obviously a motivation for putting right?
Yeah, I think so. I mentioned that just earlier when we had our forwards training. I think it's it's a very long time not to beat a team, and we've got to try and put that right.
Gregor Townsend mentioned last week he was looking back in his days playing against England. He didn't have the best record as a player, but he was saying that he perhaps let the emotion become too big a factor in the preparation, that they controlled emotion. Is that something you can identify with? It's a match that means so much to the Scotland play.
Yeah, definitely. It's a match that it's obviously for most Scottish fans, it's the biggest game of the year. But you've got to control that emotion and as best you can. There's going to be that edge about the training week, but I think you've got to control that as best as possible. You know, it's another game where we need to go out there and try and execute our skills, and we're going to have to be at the best of our ability to beat a very good England team.
Both the games so far, you found yourself trailing on the scoreboard early doors. I would imagine England won't let you back into the game if that's the case. Has there been an emphasis on not letting that happen again?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to obviously start. We're going to have to start well, which obviously we tried to do against France. It didn't turn out that way, and we did really well to get back into that game. But against England, they are a good team, and you want to definitely start well against them and put them under the cosh. Yeah.
How important is it, whether it's yourself or your back row colleagues, how important is it to disrupt that Ford-Farrell relationship that seems to dictate so much of what England do well?
Yeah, it's going to be massive. We've got to try and disrupt that a bit. They're two very good players who link up really well. They've been playing that role together for a while now, that sort of 10-12 role. So we've got to, as a team, try and disrupt that as much as possible.
To go on from Jamie's sort of list of stats that sort of go against us in this fixture, I think I read last night that Scotland only scored 2 tries against England in the whole of the Six Nations campaign era at Murrayfield. I mean, but is there a feeling that this Scotland team right now is perhaps more suited to taking advantage of the weaknesses that England do have?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, England still defend very well, but as a just looking at ourselves as a team, I think compared to 10 years ago, 5 years ago, we do score a lot more tries. So I think we've been working on that, and as a team, if we put England to one side for a while, we are scoring more tries against most of the other teams. So we've got to try and implement that against England.
The difficulties last year were evident after a couple of minutes when you went down to 14 men with the yellow card. How much is discipline been sort of drummed into your head of this game, and making sure you're not giving away cheap penalties and advantage to England, and when you have put them under the cosh a bit?
Yeah, I think discipline's massive with the penalty count. I mean, that yellow card last year, I mean, stuff like that happens. It's sport, so, and obviously that just goes back to starting well. Then that happened at the very start of the game, and then England got a try 2 up, and it's very hard to come back, especially away from home. So yeah, we've got to be disciplined and start the game well.
Okay, we'll just move on to the 10 section from your side.